Hello, it's the Abstractionist. I am here with a reading. So, Capricorn season is basically going to be over in a week, and I decided to pull a Saturnian deck. A while unknown, because then I was thinking, I was like, what other Saturnian decks do I have? I mean, the Inversion Tarot, and then I was like, what other decks have I said that were Saturnian? I get like that one is just like I can't ever remember. Okay, we had death that I was like, I don't know what happened. I had a reading that the death card was flipped from the other cards. So I'm like, what was I going through back then? What was I going through? What was I reading for? And like the death card was at the bottom or flipped around. So yeah, I'm using the well-known tarot. So wrapping up Capricorn season, calling some guides. Let's bring in some good positive energy to talk about the transition from Capricorn to Aquarius. I also am going to do a video about Capricorn, and if we're moving forward in with Pluto and Aquarius, I was watching Lemurian chick, and she was saying that like we start Pluto and Aquarius in Aquarius season, which is cool, but I want to do a video on basically the last like Capricorn season in Capricorn Pluto and what that means essentially going forward. So yeah, so we have Mother of Pentacles popped out of here. Let's do two more. Okay, two more. We have the Nine of Wands. All right, yeah. And then the Eight of Swords. I feel like a lot of people in general, I don't know. So with this Mother of Pentacles, this Nine of Wands, and this Eight of Swords, I don't know if people respect or trust Capricorn when it comes to societal structures and like the archetypes. I don't know if people like trust that it can get the job done. And I don't know if that's like the old ways of doing things, like the old systems. You can't trust the old systems. I'll have to like revisit that when I finish my Saturn return. But it does seem like there's a little bit of like mistrust, even though the Seven of Swords would be more like mistrust, but there's some sort of like mistrust of being able to flourish or burgeoning because of Pluto in Capricorn and what it represents, and that it's not like there is a blind spot. So the father, I feel like, would be less of a blind spot. With the mother, there's a blind spot. But it's still very powerful, and it's still an energy that people will adhere to, if only because they fear like the repercussions or the Nine of Wands burdens that it would bring, and the suffering, the mental suffering that it would bring with regards to having to figure out a new path outside of like mother's protection, so to speak, or mother's approval. I feel like the Mother of Pentacles though isn't like a greedy, yeah, like it's not a greedy energy per se. It's actually pretty balanced and stable. What's under here? Mother of Cups. Yeah. And so we do, I feel like I said this. I really feel like we have to reevaluate at least the last three outer planets and what they are supposed to mean for the collective society, collective societies, collective consciousness, and your own like evolutionary journey. I feel like there's something about this that we're not getting. Like, we're not getting it. And I feel like it's very easy to make the spider into the like vindictive, you know, Black Widow. But Black Widow isn't the only spider out there. There's so many like different spiders that are like not gonna attack you, essentially. And even like Black Widows. So story time. My family, we used to go to Virginia like all the time because like that's kind of where my family's from. Anyway, my dad's side anyway. And ever since I was a child up until like a teenager, there was always a Black Widow hanging out at the mailbox, and we would like quickly get the mail and then run off, right? Because, you know, like if it bites you, then like it's not like it's a rat, like you're gonna die, but like nobody has time to go to the hospital for that. So yeah. And then like the last time we got it, we didn't see it, and we came home and opened up the mail, and it was just like crawling around, and we was like, kill it, kill it, kill it. So we were more scared of it than I don't know if then was necessary, but we were a lot more scared of it than like, you know, necessary. And I guess it also comes from like a lack of information about what it is. There's a lack of information about what this is or what the good is. I feel like the way that we see Pluto and Cap is through this like capitalistic, like I don't know, it's just a lens that we really need to like re-examine. And I feel like that Uranus energy will help us to re-examine it. I have to do a video on like that, but there's something about the Mother, the 9, and the 8, and it's almost like a worry of not living up to certain expectations, and then we're going into that Uranian like rebelliousness of like, well, maybe this wasn't the standard, and it's just like, maybe the standard was there so that you would rise to the occasion, and even if you chose an alternative path, you rising to the occasion to at least meet that standard proves that you could meet whatever standard you decided to deviate from that was of a high expectation for yourself, because you had proven that you could meet the societal or certain expectations of Mother, so to speak. And so Mother isn't necessarily telling you you have to do this path, but that the energy and the consciousness, awareness, and level, you need to meet that. And then when you can deviate, then when you get to that level, you can deviate past that. But you've already proven yourself energetically to, and like consciously, to attract higher forms of consciousness to get you on the path that you want to go. So I don't know if Capricorn Pluto was as restrictive as we want to say. In some sense, right? Whew, that was a lot. So yeah, that was it for Pluto Cap, for Capricorn season wrapping up. I really do feel like Pluto and Uranus, Pluto and Aquarius will prove to be far more conventional. And I've said this in another video, and it's just I feel like we're gonna have to decolonize the decolonialism thing, and that is surprising, shocking to say, but there are certain elements of it that actually are going to continue and keep certain things perpetuating, and it's a clear, like, you need to like look at that. We need to look at that. So thank you for watching. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.